Hi, the following video has been made due to a huge amount of requests and questions on the types of magic performance pads, dimensions, differences and thickness. As such, the video is pretty long. However, please allow me to help you to get to the information you need. Please click forward to the following timings to know more. If you want to watch the whole video, please do continue to wait. Alright guys, so today we're going to cover something which is not much of a magic trick thing, but it's an add-on to the videos that we have, because I think many a times I've been asked a very similar question as to what kind of magic pads do we go for and whether magic pads are really important in the first place. So what I'm going to cover in today's video is something really simple. I'm just going to cover the very basics of magic pads and what are the different kinds that we have and when do you go for which of them. Alright, so if you're thinking about when do you get a magic pad, or if you're even wondering what a magic pad is, it's basically one of these black pads here, and we use these pads when we perform with our magic, alright, and we put our cards on top of it. And so why do we need that? Okay, or can we just do without it? And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. Alright, so check it out. I'm going to bring you down now to look at the pads. Alright, so here we have the magic pad here, and why do we use magic pads? Because we want to keep our cards in good condition. It helps us in our performance. Okay, so the first thing we look out for is keeping our cards in good condition. When I spread it this way, it spreads very nicely. But if you take these cards, and these are very special cards, now why do we use such special, I won't call them special cards, but rather good quality cards, and there are air pockets in these cards. Okay, magician's cards, we usually have air pockets. The regular Aladdins we see in the market, they don't really, most of them do not have these air pockets, although there are some which used to have. But the thing is that you can spread them very nicely. Okay, every new deck, when you just buy it, you can spread it very nicely, most of them, unless it has been kept for a really long time or so. But if you take this deck and you spread it on the table just like that, okay, on any table which may have dust, grime, dirt, and maybe your lunch table or whatsoever, what happens is this. I'm unable to show it now because this deck is relatively good condition, but if you spread it, you start to see your cards spread in such a way, okay, where they are a lot of these kind of gaps and they do not spread nicely. So you're spreading it this way and this is how you feel, and it does not feel smooth anymore. So the magic pad keeps the cards in good condition. Okay, if you put it on the table, you may spoil it because dust and dirt get onto it, and you're unable to do things like a spread. Okay, so these are some of the considerations as to why we want the pad. Number one, it is to keep the cards in good condition. Now, the second reason why we want to have this magic pad is also because it helps us a lot in our effects. Okay, now what do I mean? If I put a card down here, okay, let's not use this card. Let's take example, I put a card here and I have this magic pad. Now this helps me because if I want to pick this card up, it is very easy. I just go over and I pick it up. Okay, because the magic pad is kind of like there's this kind of like fluffy feel. Okay, it's not just flat table surface, so it has this kind of fluffy feel, so that I can actually pull up the cards anytime I want. It's easy to just get it up and over. But if you put it on the table, you can just imagine this. Sometimes you put a ruler or something on the table, and what is the problem is that you cannot pick it up. Okay, it can be anything. Take example, I put a card down here, okay, just any game card, and sometimes it is very hard to pick up, so you have to slide it all the way. You have to slide it all the way to the corner of the table to pick it up. And so this is one of the considerations why we use a magic pad. It is much more professional, and when people see you perform with it, you can actually just put cards down or so, and it's just there. Okay, so I wouldn't want to expose much on the magic effects that require you to put the cards on the table, sometimes more than one card, and then how it's so difficult to actually pull the cards up. So the magic pad helps in that aspect. The third aspect of having a magic pad is of course the professionalism. When you go down and you say, come, let me show you something, and you open up the pad, people are ready. You see, it's like a preamp. It is just like in the olden days when you take out the cane and everybody gets, oh no, I'm gonna get cane. So it's something like that. I open the mat and people know that, hey, wow, cool, I'm coming here for some serious business. Of course, this is not just about the mat, it's also about yourself. Of course, if you go down there and every trick you perform in the past has been a flop and people don't really bother seeing, then even opening the mat, people will not go to you, okay? But if you've been doing it relatively well, you open the mat, it immediately sends that signal that, hey, you know, I'm going to see some cool magic now. So that's another reason why people go for the mat. Well, there are many reasons, but I wouldn't want to go through everything. I think it's really been justified why the mat is important, because in the first place, keeping the cards in good condition is important. Unless you want to, you know, change your deck every few weeks or even a month. So that's one of the considerations you want to look out for. Now, having said all these things, let me go through the different kind of mats that we have, or rather are found in the market, and which do you go for and what do you choose. Alright, so as you can see here, I have 4 mats, okay? But in fact, this one in the wrapper is the same as this one. Now, some of the mats come wrapped up and some of them do not come wrapped up, but they are still the same, okay? And the thing is that this one is the same as this, so it comes packaged this way. The dimensions, okay, I think it's very important for me to share with you a bit on the dimensions. So the small one here you're looking at is 39 cm by 30 cm. So that means from here to here, left to right, it's 39 cm. Okay, here to here is 39 cm. And then from here to here is 30 cm. Now to make it even easier to remember, just remember 40 cm by 30 cm. Okay, and that is usually the small size ones that I have here, and you can also find this in the market. Now later I'll cover the differences between those found in the market and the ones that I offer, and it helps you to make a better informed decision as to what kind of magic pads you want. Okay, I think that's very important. Get the pad that you really like. It's not just, oh, you know, because they sell only this type, so I go for that. You know, get the one that really suits you and you really enjoy it, because a magic pad lasts very long. Okay, so 40, just remember, around 40 cm to 30 cm, and this is more than enough for any kind of card performance, because when you slide cards, it's from here to here. You want this if you are going into a small location, any location which requires this amount of length. Okay, like if you're in a school, this is about the size of a desk. I mean, the desk is slightly bigger, but of course you don't want to fill the whole desk up, so you put this. Okay, it's easy and portable. You can actually fold it. Now, one of the cool things that I was saying, right, I want to cover what is so special about certain mats. Some mats allow you to fold them. So like this mat, I can actually fold it into half. Okay, and now you can see a lot of mats out there I have seen. They just sell the mat and it seems, wow, you know, this mat looks nice and everything, but I think folding is a big factor if you are looking for a mat to carry about. Okay, if you're just looking for one to just put it in your house or in your shop, then of course just get a big one or some unfoldable one. But if you want to bring it around, you want to fold it, you have to choose certain kind of mats. Okay, if you're not certain, you can always ask me, because it's not easy for me to tell you, hey, this kind of mat, it definitely can be folded. Sometimes it looks like it can be folded, but it has some kind of like what we call memory in there, which means that, okay, some of the mats, when you fold it and you open it up, it does not open up flat. Okay, in fact, if you open it up, it still remains something like that because you folded it, and so it remains in that position. Now this is bad because of course if you put your cards here, you just go down. You cannot even slide your cards. So what you want is one which you know, this is my own one where I can fold it, open it up, and if there's a line or anything, I just fold it in the opposite direction and voila, I'm done. Okay, my magic pad is there, straight, flat for me to use. So this is the one that I'm talking about. This small one, it's 40 by 30. Let's just round off. Okay, 1 cm difference. So 40 by 30 cm, and it can be folded, can be brought about, and some people even fold it into 4 parts. Although I would suggest not to. Not that it would matter, but I think folding it into so many parts will or may cause some kind of like lines there. You see, it's a kind of you won't really see the crease. It will not pop up this way, but you don't want to see the lines too. Okay. Now, another consideration is the kind of pad you get, because you may be saying, hey, usually I get any pad and I just fold it and I can just bring it around. Why not? Why would? I mean, other than the memory, okay, fine, I don't use the memory part, I use the other side. Why not? One of the considerations you have to look out for is the way how they make the pads. Because some pads you fold too much, and these pads are actually made of different layers. So imagine there are 2 layers or 3 layers, and if you fold too much, they start to separate. So what happens is that it begins to wear and tear. So you use it for 3-4 months, maybe a year, and then suddenly everything starts not to work, it starts to tear down. So what you want is really to look at the kind of material they use to make the mat and then decide there. Okay, so two things I bring to you now. First is the length. This one is about 40 by 30. Another thing, it is able to be folded and it does not have creases after you fold, neither will it have any memory, and you will also not see anything tear out from here. Okay, so this is good for small pets, for small bases. Okay, you go to your cousin's house or Christmas party or anything, you do this. Now let me bring you to another 2 more pets which are bigger, and I'll cover with you what are the reasons for these pets. Alright, so here we have the bigger pet. I have many sizes, but I'm showing you 3 of the main sizes because of the material it's around there. So if you're looking for the sizes, if you go to my website, you start to see the different kind of sizes. Now, just for information, for people who actually play Vanguard games, okay, you play card games, Pokemon Vanguard or whatsoever, you can actually use these pads. In fact, they sell these pads there, just that with the designs and whatsoever. But if you want to look more professional, just one black pad, you can get this pad, you know, and it's very good quality. Okay, extremely good quality. In fact, in my opinion, better quality than those that they sell for the Vanguard shop. Okay, so I've shown you the smallest size. This is the second smallest that I want to show you. We call this the Professional series. So next two I'm going to show you is of the Professional series. Of course, we have the smaller ones, also professional, but I'm going to show you this one first. Okay, so this length is 38, so it's about 40 cm this way. Okay, just now the smaller one, the 40 cm is lengthwise, but this is 40 cm this way itself. Okay. And from here to here, left to right, is 52.5 cm. Now the lengths I'm giving you are all approximate, okay, because it's very difficult to measure exactly. Sometimes the cutting is slightly bigger, slightly smaller, but most of the time it's around there. Now let's round this off again. 38 cm, 53 cm, okay, 38 by 53, it's about half a meter. So this is pretty long. Now, if comparative to a deck of cards, the deck of cards look this small. Okay, so it allows you to spread the cards. Okay, let me just bring it out so you can see how much you can spread on this. So the previous one will be around here. Okay, you spread around this much, which is, in my opinion, more than enough. You don't want to spread too much. Okay, this one allows you to spread much longer, and that's about it. Okay, so this is a bigger pad, and it's of the Professional series. Why? Because usually you put it in your house or you put it in your shop or in your performance, and it is big enough for you to do more than just one thing. If you need 2 decks, you can put one deck here, you can put another deck there. Okay, so one of the things that allow you to do this is you are able to unload a few decks. Even if you need to do, example, what Liu Chen did was what we call the 10 exact cards. Okay, you cut 10 piles. Now the small one will be good, you can fit all 10 cards in, but these allow you to have more space, so you feel it's more spacious in this way. Okay, it's really a matter of preference and also how much space you have when you're doing all these kind of effects. So you really want to look into that kind of things. Okay, don't just go into a shop and say, wow, you know, this magic pad looks nice, very big, and I want to use it. Why? Because I can cover my house, so I can bathe with it. No, you don't want to do that kind of thing. Okay, so this is Professional series. It's big, okay, and you know the length already. Now this, like the previous one, if I can actually show you the smaller one. The smaller one has this rubber padding, which is a non-slip rubber padding. Okay, and you can see it's pretty smooth and it's non-slip, so when you put it on, it will not like fly off or slide off or whatsoever. The big one has the same thing, but if you can see carefully, I don't know whether I can, okay, let me try to zoom it in for you to see. Okay, you can actually see that it's slightly more grated, kind of like grated kind of feel. Let me see if I can get it there. Can you see it? Okay, it's slightly grated, this kind of lines there. But it really doesn't matter, okay? Both are also non-slip at the end of the day. And the thing about this and that, the small one, if you can compare the professional, this professional one, not all professional ones are the same, but I'm telling you, is the thickness. Okay, so the first one is the difference at the base, this kind of pad, the grated pad, okay, that you may want. Although it's, in my opinion, similar to the non-slip ones, okay? It's also, this one is also non-slip, and in that sense, more stable. Okay, but you know, these kind of pads, the very thick ones that you can see down here, you can see the pad is much thicker. Okay, of course it is much nicer to pick up cards. Okay, if you put a card down on the table or whatsoever, it's very nice to pick the cards up. Okay, but you have to understand that many of these thicker pads cannot be folded. Okay, you have to know, cannot be folded. You fold it a bit and then there's a kind of memory, there will be kind of creases and lines, and maybe the layers start to peel off from each other. So okay, let me bring it out again. Just give me some time. Okay, let me make it clear. Okay, so that's what this professional pad is. Okay, it's different in the sense of the base, the thickness, and of course the size. And more than just the base, the thickness, and the size, it is also the surface. Now, if you look at the surface, it is very hard for me to show you because, you know, on the camera you cannot feel anything. It's not a 3D thing, but maybe one day we'll make it 3D. Okay. The thing is this has a bit of like a furry feel. Okay, it's very nice. I don't know how to explain these kind of things. Like when you go to the hotels and you know the walls sometimes have this very nice furry feel. And then, you know, just grab the wall and you feel like sleeping on a wall. So that's the kind of material they use down here. Pretty good. It's good enough. Okay. This particular professional pad uses a very kind of like it's a flat base, you know, silky feel. Okay, it looks a bit more professional in my opinion. It looks a bit more professional, although personally I prefer the other surface. Okay, because it has a very nice furry feel. Alright, so this mat is professional, it's silky, it is smooth. Okay, so it's really those kind of, it's depending on what kind of surface you like. Okay, this is the kind of surface that you find in most magic shops that I've seen so far, is that kind of surface. Well, but I prefer the other one, like I said. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Okay, so this is the professional pad. Things you're looking out for: the base, the thickness, and the surface. So the next one we're going to go through is another professional pad, but this time it can be folded. Alright, so this is the last professional pad that I'm going to cover in this video, and you may be wondering what it is in a plastic. How am I supposed to show you anything? Now the reason why it's in a plastic is because it is the same as the smallest one that I showed you the first time. Okay, now the dimensions of course are different. Okay, the dimension is different and you can see, wow, so huge. Okay, it's like the mother of all pads or something like that. Fold these four together, sew four of these together and it can become a towel. Okay, alright, so the length of this, top to bottom, is 30 cm. Okay, it's actually, no, sorry, 39 cm. Okay, from here to here is 39 cm. So you have to take note of that. Okay, top to bottom, 39. Let's make it easy, 40 cm. Get it? Top to bottom, 40 cm. And then from here to here is 59 cm. So it's about 60 cm. So 40 by 60. Alright? Now, after I've covered this with you, a lot of things are similar to the small one. Basically, the base is also non-stick kind. Okay, it's a kind of rubber. It's also foldable. The surface is also this kind of furry, nice feel. Okay, so these are the things that we're looking out for. The main difference is that it is foldable, whereas the previous professional pad is non-foldable. Another thing is the length, 40 by 60. Okay, and once you got that down, this is the biggest pad we have. Same thing, you are able to spread. Okay, so now when do you go for which pad? We've got 3 of them. Let me bring that up again. Here we go. Oh, you see the small one gets hidden by the big ones. Okay, when do we use which? Now if you're going out a lot like me, I go out to perform to people in the streets, then you probably want to get something smaller. Okay, doesn't matter whether it's furry or the kind of professional material. Both are professional. Okay, just that the thinner material. Okay, but if you're going for this one, remember you cannot fold it, so you carry it around like a cannon. You know what a cannon is? You take the thing, you roll it, and then, you know, yeah, probably young children, they love to do this, and then they carry on their shoulders and they run about shooting people. Okay, so you could do that with the thicker ones, although the main thing I'm trying to bring across is the size. Okay, so if you're walking around a lot, the size matters to you. Now if you are having a stage performance, okay, you want to be the next Liu Chen or David Blaine. Oh no, David Blaine walks about. Okay, so you want to be the next Liu Chen or something like that, then you want to get a bigger pad. Okay, as to which pad you want, it can be either of these two. They are the same. You can see that the other one, the one here, you see I'm putting it side to side, corner to corner. You can see that this one is bigger. Okay, the foldable one is bigger. So it's up to you which one you want. As to whether it slides about anything, both do not actually slide about. Okay, the base really doesn't matter. Thickness wise, this one of course, like I said, is similar to the small one, which is thin, and this is thick. This is foldable, this is not foldable. Okay, so if you ask me which is more versatile, I would say this one. And if you ask me which one is of a better quality, actually I don't know. Both are the same. Okay, both are really good quality stuff. and so I have the, you know, what I think is the best quality that I can offer to you guys. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, so do let me know if you're looking for a magic pad or anything. You want something of a certain size. You say, you know, I got a table that's about 10 meters long. I want to find a magic pad that, you know, can fit a whole table. Let me know, and then I will see whether they have the dimensions you want. Okay, not too exaggerated. Okay, 10 meters is a little too long, but they have different sized ones. Okay, if I'm not wrong, this is the bigger size that they have. Okay, so far I have to go check again. So this, like I said, is 60 cm. It's already more than half a meter, and 40 cm here. I think this is the biggest. We also have different sizes, semicircle size. We have those which have a flap where you actually put it down here, and then the flap keeps a lot of things, you know. But I don't know, I personally do not like that, because I've seen magicians do that. Okay, and they stand so near, and they're like, you know, they don't know how to get their stuff, so they're like, okay, and so if you look at this cut down here, and then their hand is like moving this way. Okay, it looks very wrong. It looks like they're scratching something, you know. I don't know, maybe that guy was scratching something, I do not know. But the main point is this, okay, I feel that this is good enough. And if you want that kind of things which height, probably you want to give yourself some distance. You know, if I want to take something here, I probably want to stand here. Okay, so it's, you know, easier to do. That's about it. That's about the pad. So if you have any other queries you want to ask me, just let me know. You want to meet up with me to look at the pads, just let me know again. All right, but do know that these pads are pretty huge, and yeah, if possible, you know, try to let me know what size you want. So, thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative to you, helps you a lot in your magic, you know, performance, or even card games. You know, guys, you should buy these kind of mats for card games. Okay, so thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, and have fun.